The 1960s and preceding decades were not accepting times for the LGBTQ community. In New York City, solicitation of same-sex relations was illegal. Because of this, LGBTQ individuals gathered in gay bars and clubs, as they were places of refuge where queer people could express themselves openly and socialize without worry. However, the New York State Liquor Authority penalized and shut down establishments that served alcohol to known or suspected LGBTQ individuals, arguing that the mere gathering of homosexuals was disorderly.
Crime syndicates saw profit in catering to shunned gay clientele, and by the mid-1960s, the Genovese crime family controlled most of Greenwich Village's gay bars. The Stonewall riots began on June 28, 1969, when New York City police raided the Stonewall Inn, a gay club located in Greenwich Village in New York City. The raid sparked a riot among bar patrons and neighborhood residents as police roughly hauled employees and patrons out of the bar, leading to 6 days of protests and violent clashes with law enforcement outside the bar on Christopher Street, in neighboring streets, and nearby Christopher Park.
On June 27, 1969, 17-year-old Sylvia Rivera was dancing inside the Stonewall Inn when the lights brightened and the police marched inside. Patrons were surprised by the raid since, although police raids on gay bars were relatively frequent, the usual bribe to the police department had been paid earlier that week. When Rivera and others were taken outside to the waiting police, the assembled crowd began throwing coins such as pennies, nickels, and dimes at the cops. Bottles soon followed, and the police retreated inside the Stonewall to call for help. This began the 3 days of street protesting between the LGBTQ community and the police. The gay liberation movement was off and running.
Stormy DeLarvery was at the Stonewall Inn when the raid occurred. According to DeLarvery and other witnesses, she was the first person to punch a police officer who had been harassing her. The Stonewall protests are commonly regarded as the beginning of the modern gay rights movement. DeLarvery is regarded as an icon of LGBTQ rights for this act, as well as her presence within the community.
Stonewall led to the founding of many LGBTQ organizations, as well as expanding the reach of rights movements across the world. One such organization was the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, also known as STAR, which was founded by Sylvia Rivera. STAR provided food, clothing, and shelter for countless homeless trans youth, and eventually had chapters in Chicago, California, and England. Today, Stonewall stands as a lasting reminder of the hardships the LGBTQ community had to face to bring us to where we are now. Stonewall made waves around the world, affecting gay rights movements everywhere.
The gay rights movement is as alive today as ever. Gay Pride is celebrated throughout June, which, after the events at Stonewall, was officially labeled as Pride Month. Pride Month celebrations take place all over the world, from huge parades to small gatherings, and stands as a chance for members of the LGBTQ community to honor all that came before them and continue to fight for equality.